Hello, Bill. Hello, Janet. Good to see you here. I really thought I just had to run down to my house because I came down here to Ron's to do the show, and I thought I had left a heater on in my bedroom, and just in case the cats would knock it over, I didn't want my house burning down. But I really thought turning it on as early as I did, we'd have more. But hey, we got Bill and Janet. And Janet, thank you for that birthday wish the other day. It meant the world, and thank you for sending me messages now. But everybody, we got some good news to discuss tonight. Don't know how long the show is going to go. Don't know how long you two just want to talk. I'm sure Ron will get busy and get on here in a minute or two. But we got Beth Shaw now. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do the music, and we're gonna go ahead and say the pledge, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna talk to the kids. As I told you, we got two new kids, and I also want to go back. Ian Bell, good to see you. Papa G, good to see you. I want to go back and I want to play you something that was said by a couple of our kids. And I've talked to you before about these kids, and when I go to mention their names, I'll play something for you because I think you guys are going to like it. I do. It really made my birthday really, really good, and I want to thank everybody here that wished me a happy birthday, that was here to share it, that sent me messages, and it really made a day that could have been just a day really, really special. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. Next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Hello, Kevin. Hello, Betty. Hello, I seen someone else on here. Ian, I think I already said hi to you. Papa G, I know I have. Did I miss anybody? Stephanie. So, talk to you about the kids a little bit. Super Jimmy. Seems like we always lead off with you, but that's where we have. And, you know, I was thinking about you and your family today, Jimmy. I had to go to a doctor's appointment, of which, hallelujah, Susie Q and Herman. Thank God everything went good. I was really worried about it, but it went good. Right, Ron?
That's kind of doctor work, but I like
Yeah,
that.
but anyway,
No, he probably would have took me if I would have went in there today.
I'm trying to think of who it is.
Probably would have fell over.
I'm looking for an email, guys, because Patriot 11. No, Jimmy, I was telling you, I was thinking about your family today, about your mommy and what would have been your little sister. And I know this is hard, but when you say God works in mysterious ways, he took your mommy way before time, but he let someone go with her. Someone that wouldn't hurt your dad, wouldn't hurt you, wouldn't hurt your two sisters, wouldn't hurt your grandpa, but he give her someone. And I can tell you right now, I'm 100% sure of this, young man. I'm 100% sure that she's up there looking down, watching our show tonight and saying, "Go, Ralph, go. Way to go, Patriot 5. Tell Ron hi." And people will look at me and say, "You're nuts. You're crazy."
We already knew that.
But as Ron said, we already knew that. So unless you got new news, you ain't hearing it. I'm crazy for mainstream media news, because if they say it, it's a lie. I'm a good guy. So if you notice, I've kind of stalled when I got to Patriot 11 and our horse rider. I was talking to some kids the other day and they said, "Oh, will he teach me how to ride horses?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." Right, Bill Woods. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. But anyway, I want to play something, guys.
Will he teach us?
And I've talked about Karate Kid, and I've talked about Wyatt Earp, and how when they talk to me, they're so excited. And when I got off the show the other night, boy, I wish I'd have checked it before so I could have played it, but because that was on my birthday, or the other afternoon, I think it was, yes. But here's what I got from Karate Kid and Wyatt Earp. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And yes, nope, wrong one. Name, and yes, if your mom ever. That's me going back to them. Here we go. No.
Happy birthday, Ralph. It's your 72nd one. It's Patriot Karate Kid here. You probably don't remember because now I'm 13. I'm doing wrestling. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Happy birthday, Ralph. Hope you enjoy your day.
Then I had already played you my response. But when something like that happens, guys, it makes everything I'm sitting here just.
Telephone calls do.
Huh?
Telephone calls do for happy birthday. Better than.
And two young boys that I've never met. And when he said I don't remember. Do I talk about him every night on the show? Every night. Hi, Pamela. And there was just so much joy in them voices. And see, this is what I wanted you to hear, the exuberance, because you can tell these are two kids. He's 13 now. Whoa. 13. Why must he be a teenager in love? It's coming. It's coming, Michelle. He's a wrestler. He's a jock. But you know it's better than being a jock strap. Huh?
He sounds confident.
Ron says he sounds confident. That's what I was just getting ready to say. He's Patriot Karate Kid, but he's also a wrestler. And wow. And that's what I love. That's what I used to love about, our little Patriot Smiley and the little girl in Haley in Canada. But boy, just like that. And so I know now that the other grandparents are going to start having their kids send me messages. And I'm going to have a lot of fun. John sent me a picture today of the youngest one, because you got Boogs, Boogaloo, Boogaroo, and Boogie. I get them mixed up. I think Boogs is the only one I can remember. I think they need to have another one, John, because we don't have Booger.
I think John's the only one I can remember.
What?
I think John's the only one.
Yeah, Ron says I'm pretty good that I can remember all four of them because John's the only one that he can remember. And he spells it wrong because he spells it John.
No, I do not.
He's over there saying he don't. Right, Tony? Tony X4Y2N. I don't know Y2N. I do it. I just do it. So, Patriot, Princess our queen. Patriot Hunter. I've already said the Boogs. Patriot Little Leona and Little Elan. We got two couple new ones. Patriot 17 and Patriot Sugar Pie or Honey Pie or what is it? Cutie Pie. Patriot Cutie Pie. There's Julia's a niece and nephew. And I just love the segment with the kids because I was in a store today, Burkhart's, and I'm leaving. Oh, no, I was leaving the doctor's office. That's what it was. And this lady's walking. I said, "Oh, is everything okay?" And she said, "No." She had some kind of heart attack on New Year's Eve. And they actually lost her for a little bit, but now she's in there in heart therapy. And me and her got talking. And I said, "Well, I'd like to stand and talk, ma'am, but I got some shopping to do. And I'll say a prayer for you tonight. So, dear Lord, look after." I believe her name was Helen. Look after Helen, and hopefully she can recover 100%. Look after all the people here in the group, all our family, friends, and kids. And just look after us, Lord. Look after the whole world, because as the song says, you got the whole world in your hand, Lord. You got the whole wide world in your hand. Lord, that's a song that they used to play every Labor Day. And I thought that everybody knew it. And then I was surprised that not many people do anymore. But that doesn't surprise me, Lord. But look at this beautiful young lady that I just met, and just a conversation. And we stood there and talked for 10 minutes. And she said she was going to try to be on the show tonight, or at least watch the replay. We might have got a new Patriot, but just look after him, Lord, as we come to you, talk to you, and pray to you through our Savior, your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. But these two new kids, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about them in the adult session because what it means. But these two kids, this Patriot 17 and Patriot Cutie Pie, we asked them the question, me and Ron. We asked them the question, when the war is over, what's the first thing you want to do? Go outside and play. Well, what else was it, Ron?
Go to the sea.
Go to the sea. The young boy, Patriot 17, he's 14 or 15 years old. He wants to go to the sea because he can remember before the war, Aunt Julia and Mom and Grandma, Lady Victoria. He can remember getting to go to the sea and go swimming and how much fun he had. The little girl just wants to go outside and play.
And eat ice cream.
And eat ice cream, yes. And the thing about these two kids is we'll talk in the letters to the girls. We'll talk in the letters to the girls about how when the time is right and they come over here, you know, we told the boy who's going to be 15, we told him, you're going to have to go to bed early Christmas Eve. So Santa Claus can come, and you even got to write Santa a letter, and you even got to make him cookies and leave out some eggnog or milk. And it's like at 15, it's like he's jumping up and down. And then they'll be here early enough, and we always have a Christmas party at my niece's house, and he's going to have to go sit on Santa Claus' lap if he wants to get his Christmas pajamas. But see, guys, these are children that they got ecstatic because they got stocking caps and gloves and socks for their Christmas, which is the 7th. You know, which is probably going to be our Christmas, but that's okay because our boat's going to come in and we can celebrate Christmas both days. You know, because we can have fun. I'll tell you a story about Julia later in the show about celebrating 2 days. I love this story, but this is not a kid's story. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you and make you understand, man, it's not all about getting on a computer. And I could tell in Karate Kid and Wyatt Earp, it's not about getting, man, these kids had exuberance in their voices. And I'm telling you, it made my day. A day that I needed making because, see, my son chose not to go out to dinner with me that night. His loss. We had good food. Kevin is here. Are all you Americans filing 1090? No, I'm not. Someone said something to me about filing. I said, I haven't filed one for 10 years. I don't think we're going to have to, Kevin, to be honest with you. I was talking to someone the other day on the phone, and they said something about they're getting a divorce. And I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that. They said, I'm not. He lied. He cheated. He stole my money. I'm not. And I said, oh, was you married to my ex-wife? you know, they could, women. I mean, what's that?
Maybe now she wants to be.
Yeah. But anyway, she says, well, he still wants to file joint with me. Yeah, because she has a lot of money and he doesn't. So he doesn't want to have to pay his taxes for what he's done because the money that has been proven he stole, so he has to claim that too. But she told him she would pick up that part just to get him out of the life. And that's supposed to be official later this month. But I told her, I said, don't worry about filing. You don't want to file with him? Get with your attorneys and don't do it. But don't file till the latest you can possibly do. And possibly, Kevin, even look instead of filing, try to get an extension. Get every freaking day you can. Because as me and Ron was talking today, things are happening. We're going to talk about it. And this is something we're going to talk about, that not only did they tell it, we seen it. And I have proof from other people in that country that it happened. That being said, so be it. Okay. But anyway, Patriot super gymnast. She was with me the other night. She was at my birthday dinner, and I got teasing her about her boyfriend, which I don't tease her much, but yeah, I get teasing her. And also stuck up for her because the day of my birthday, she dressed like a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old girl dresses now. Not skanky, but cute, tight. They were at the age where they want to wear their clothes tight. She came out. My daughter said she looked amazing. I said, duh. But she comes out And her dad says, "You ain't wearing that outfit to school." And she goes, "Why?" Because I said, "I'm sorry, I'm a parent, but that little girl deserves an explanation." And people, you guys over here, Sandra and Janet and Ian, you might think, John, you may think that because he's the parent, she doesn't deserve an explanation. But see, here's my view. They let her buy the clothes. They bought the clothes for her. Why would they waste money if they couldn't wear them? So we're at the dinner, and I reached over and I whispered into her ear, and I said, I got your back. And she says, "I know." And she said, "I'll always have your back, but sometimes I can't speak up about it because I can get you in more trouble." And she says, "I know. I know whenever I'm in trouble, I just need to pick up the phone and call you, and you'll come right over." She has a very level head. And Amber even come out and looked at David, the dad, and said, "You can tell her she can't wear it, but you need to sit down with her and tell her why we let her buy that." And she looked amazing. I seen a picture and she looked amazing. Of course, I'm going to say that about if she ends up wearing these blue jeans. And I mean, there were more holes in the blue jeans as there was blue jeans. Patriot 7, he was all happy because his little girlfriend that he used to have, when she broke up with him just out of the blue, "Liam, I want to break up. We're just not getting along. We're just not clicking right now." We're talking fourth graders, guys. Fourth graders, Janet. Fourth graders, Sandra and Lady Anita. Fourth graders. And she looked at my grandson and says, "We're just not clicking like we should." When my ex-wife said that to me, I said, "Oh, good, let's get a divorce." But he was kind of brokenhearted because he had such a year. He made the All-Stars and had a great season in baseball. He's a Super Bowl champion, and probably if the coach would have had his way, the MVP of the team. And he came from nowhere, and I'm not bragging him up because he's my grandkid. He literally, when I heard he's going to play football, I said, "You got to be kidding me." But he did, and he was good. You got small Hank, who he's going to kick my butt tonight with his martial arts. It didn't work. Guess whose butt got kicked? Because I played Ron tonight. I said, "I ain't letting you win." Ron never let any kid win. Even if he had to bloody their nose or their lip, he took them out. Ron's best move in basketball was boom with the elbow and then go in for a layup as kids laying there on the ground. Patriot little monkey. She was out about a week ago, and I hadn't seen her for quite a while, probably since the holidays. And I looked and I said, "Wow, she's grown so much." But I was trying to talk to her. She was at my house, and I'm trying to tease her and talk to her, and she wanted nothing to do with me. It broke my heart because it's the first time. This is my buddy. This is my pal. This is a little girl that fakes being sick so she can take an afternoon off and stay home with Papa. And as soon as I pick her up from school and she's supposed to be so sick, "Where are we going for lunch, Papa? Let's go to Dairy Queen." But she didn't. So now she realizes, she called me up and she made a mistake, and she was really sad. Boy, I couldn't get away from her the other night at this dinner. She was right by me, and every time I'd start to talk, she's talking and talking and talking. And you guys have seen her in the shows we did in the daytime. When she talks, you listen. Then Patriot Kira, and this little girl has just been through so much in her life, so much, and that concludes tonight's version of the kids. And I went a little longer, but talking and going and moving the way we did, it's just an amazing feat. So this video is not made this show is not made for children, but you can watch it if it's okay with your parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. The little excerpt I played of the boys tonight, that is mine. I played it because I knew Michelle would be okay. And the music we played, we have no legal rights to, but we play it. It's our theme song. We play it because we love it. And we mean no one, no harm. It's just something we like to do. So where are we at? Where do you really think we're at, Sandra and Kevin? How about you, John? No, I'm not going to ask you. John gets going. I've read some of John's posts. I'm just teasing. No. Where do you guys think we're at? Well, let me tell you where I think we're at. I think we're so close to the finish line that you can almost reach out and touch it. You can almost reach out and feel it. You can just, if you can't keep your vibrations up this weekend, and you know what? The whole thing is, if you can't keep your vibrations up this weekend, when are you going to keep them up? And the whole thing is we keep them up. We're ready to rock and roll, and we could just get kicked right between the old cheeks of the butt Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And we're starting from scratch. But here's something that Ron said to me today that it hit home. If there's a grand slam in this, Ron hit one today. And he says, things are happening. I said, yep. He said, we're starting to see them. I said, yep. He says, and I truthfully believe Donald J. Trump, I truthfully believe he wants to have everything done before the 4th of July, because he wants to have the greatest 4th of July ever, not just in the United States, but in every country. When we're into the big N and big G, when we're into everything and everything is flowing and the people have their money, he wants to have fireworks in the sky everywhere. Can you imagine? Can you imagine in the little town I live in, and we're shooting fireworks off 4 miles over there, shooting fireworks off 4 miles over that way, they're shooting, everybody's shooting them off all over the world. And all of a sudden people look and say, wow, we all just come together right now. We just come together as a world. And now we've achieved heaven on earth. And Donald J. Trump wants that. And yes, I mentioned his name. And if I get slapped on the wrist, I'm sorry, but I see other people using his name. And I needed to say his name there. He needs this. People say, I'm leaving. If he stays, well, go. Let us get what we got coming. And I guarantee you, one of my projects would be, if we get the money, one of my projects would be, is all of these scumbags. And you know who I'm talking about. They want to leave. Don't threaten. We'll put you in a car. We'll hog tie you and we'll get you the heck out of here. You know how when you fly in one of those big birds in the sky, them jets, they have a place that, your animals set. They don't not only, right, where everybody else, they have a compartment for your animals. We can put these scumbags that want to leave, put them there. Maybe even open the door. No, because there might be a dog or a cat there, and we don't want to harm them. I am so passionate about getting these scumbags. Where are you going to go? Because here's the thing, guys. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Here's the thing. You can leave. You can go to another country. And you go to another country and you cut loose on their president. You cut lead on their leaders. You'd say the things and do the things in their country. It's not gonna fly. Now, Janet, and I apologize, Janet. Not Janet. Hold on. I got to bring the name up. Bear with me. Linda Scullin. She sent me a message today. And going to the doctor and everything I went through, I've looked through a lot of stuff Linda sent me. I've gotten through all of it. She goes, Ralph, hope everything went well with your doctor's appointment today. I have a feeling it did. Yes, I'm well satisfied. But then she says, I'm curious about your thoughts. And guys, you guys might know something about this and can help out here. But curious about my thoughts on the Somalians getting $3,500 for each person in the family from welfare. So if it's a married couple, they get $7,000. Remember, $3,500 each person. Unbelievable. I had not heard about this. I will check it out after the show. I'm assuming it come from this guy here. I can't think of his name. What's his name, guys? You've seen his picture. He was just got a bigger job in that. And I'm assuming it came from that because she wrote it right under there. But my honest opinion, it's just a smoke screen. I haven't watched the video. I don't know. But my thing is, when we have people running this country now that want Americans to succeed. And for people to come from another country. Dan Bongino, right? Yes. Thank you, Tony. Okay, you're talking about the taxes. So I just believe, and I believe they'll have it cleared by 4/15, that everything will be good in the taxes. But I don't believe that they're going to give that. I think that's just something. Let's get the people focused on that so we can come over here and take care of this. That's what they've been doing all along, guys. Let's get Ralph and Ron over here. Let's get Janet and Kevin over here focused on something here. Right now, tax season. We're focused on what are we going to do at tax season? I just think we're in a situation that we're at where we're at for a reason. But it's something now, as I'm sitting here talking, we all know that I will give Dasher hugs from you, Linda. As I'm sitting here talking, we all know, and if you're like me, we could care less, that there's a football game going to be played Sunday. I really wish I would have kept this article. Patriot Savior sent it. But there's an article out there, and the guy he's saying, look at how the Super Bowl emblem looks in the background. And then look at the colors here. And they're all lining up to everything is in coincidence. But another guy went up a little bit further, and he started naming things about the Super Bowl, things that will happen, things that they're saying. And he said, and that means this in gematria. And that may, and guys, they've got this lined up for everything. Because is there who's playing in the Super Bowl? New England fans? Any New England fans here? Is there any Seattle fans here? They're predicting this is going to be the least watched Super Bowl ever. Now, another thing that goes along with the Super Bowl is the person they got doing the halftime. And if you go to Facebook, you can take questions and answers all the time there. Will you be watching what? Bad Bunny or something Bunny or there's some, I don't know. He's a bunny. He's a rabbit. I don't know. But one of the songs he sings lines exactly gematria up to the game is over. The game is over. It's halftime. So it's not the Super Bowl. What game is over? And I believe we're so close, but something happened today that kind of pushes it a little bit. But maybe it don't. Maybe it's going to be the way we wake up the world because, everybody's saying notifications possibly this weekend, going Monday or Tuesday, A lot of, and this isn't just coming from Bruce, guys, and I'm going to tell you some things Bruce said. Not a whole lot, because Bruce's 2 shows this week lasted 2 hours and a half. An hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, that's 3 hours and a half. 3 hours and a half his shows lasted, and his part in them was not even 15 minutes. Does that sound like a guy that cares about what's going on, or a guy that's just trying to put green dollar bills in his wallet? To me, but he did have some things last night, and he did talk, and stuff's on the screen. There's 48 currencies, and he's talking about when we can go, and I'll read that also in the Judy Biden thing, because I don't think I'm going to waste my time on Bruce, but there is some things he said, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Remember, Sandra, remember Lady Anita, Kevin, remember we talked about things are happening, but we never see them, Janet, right? Would you agree, Bill Woods? We don't see it, but see, this is something that happened, and it's near and dear to my heart. I don't know if you guys saw the video or if you heard what Bruce said, but not only Bruce has said it, but Mark Z has said it, and several other of the top people doing shows. That Russia and the Ukraine yesterday made an agreement to return prisoners. They traded prisoners. Russia let all the Ukraine prisoners go, and the Ukraine let all of Russia's prisoners go. And in this video that I'm watching, they're in the Ukraine, and parents, buckets, crying. Can you guys still see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can, because it's saying up here that my connection is unstable. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lady Anita. But thank you. Okay. So it's all good. But it's just a situation. These parents, these people, do you remember a while back when you seen the video about Venezuela, and when we went in and took over, or the hat went in and took over Venezuela, and he gave the Venezuelan people freedom? Well, that's what he's doing here. He's literally told. Now, here's what the hat has said. He's literally went in and he's cut off the legs of Putin. He's literally just took him right at the knees and like he had a machete and beep, you gone. Because he went to India that was purchasing all of their oil from Russia. And Russia was using all of this revenue for oil to be able to fight this war. Now, think about it, Ian Bell, and think about it, Lady Anita and Sandra. They're making all this money because, remember, this is a movie. Why is Russia in war anyway? Is it because they can't stand the Ukraine? No, because it's the same thing as everything that we got going. It's about the children. But you have to make it look. So when they agreed, after the hat went in to India and says, I tell you what I'll do. You pay anywhere from 25 to 50% tax on all your tariffs. Yes. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut all your tariffs down to 18%, all of them. On some of their tariffs, that's 32%. But he said there's a catch, because you have to donate $500 billion of business money to come into the United States. You have to start buying your oil from the United States and Venezuela and stop buying it from Russia so we can cut their legs off. And they did. And the man who caught the deal and finished the deal up with the hat, he's like, he's dancing in the streets. He's just ecstatic. Now, the Indian people in a chat room, how did we win? We're given $500 billion. But yeah, but if you're doing $1 trillion of business and you're paying $500 billion in tariffs, now you're only paying 180 billion instead of a half a billion. So you won. It's a win-win for both of them. It's also a win because he goes into Venezuela and he says, you've been selling to Russia. You've been providing them. You got to stop. You got to start providing India. And they did because of what he did for their country. Now let's see. He's already the president here. He stopped wars in how many places so far? He's now about ready to put a stop in Ukraine and Russia. He's over in India. He's over in Venezuela. Guys, can you see why Ron thinks that the 4th of July is going to be fireworks everywhere? I'm going to tell you, be prepared. Have your beer. If you don't drink beer, Sandra, if you don't drink beer, Bill, do you still drink one here and there? I do. But on that day, I think we're going to drink more. But I've been saying on these shows for a long time, I'm sick and tired of them saying all the indictments that's going out, all the people that's being arrested, and we don't see anybody. I did see a video the other day. I did see a video of a place called GITMO. I seen just a short video. Not that they showed the people who's there because we know who's there. But they showed it because they've got workers over there working 24 hours a day to build more facilities. Now, why would they do that? Build more gallows, build more, bring in more need. You understand what I'm saying, guys? We're starting to see. But seeing the video of the Russian and Ukrainian people going home from being captive, seeing the parents, the brothers, the sisters, the aunts, the uncles, all of them crying like babies. Me talking to a young lady and her mom in Russia and they say to me, you do know the real reason we're in this war, right? And when I told them, I think I knocked them off their chairs because they said, how did you know that? I said, because I'm Patriot 5. And don't you ever forget. No, I'm just teasing there. But no, guys, we're finally seeing it. And soon they're going to some beeps. And we're going to go from them beeps to a little bit of darkness. And don't get scared of the dark. To be honest, if you're scared of the dark, go out and buy you some of these lights that, they run battery. And you can just turn a little battery and you got a little light. So you got the light. Me and Ron got some, mainly because when we go that way, his kitchen lights out. My very, very dear, loving family member decided to come over and use his expertise. And he is an expert. That's what he does for a living. And he literally ruined Ron's kitchen. But so we got some of the lights over by the stove so I can see when I cook. But also, hey, if it does get dark here, Ron's got a light. He can hold it in his hand. He can walk into his bedroom, get in bed safe, and we're good to go. Same thing down at my house. I sleep downstairs, so I don't have to worry about coming down steps. Told my son today with him and his kids, hey, something like this happens. Oh, sucks to be you. But we seen something. We seen it. And when we seen it, I listened to what they said, and I listened to what Bruce said last night about the release. And I took word for word and I put it in a letter to Julia today. And when I received her letter back, she said, honey, if this was actually me writing a letter on paper, you couldn't read it because it would be wet. I've been crying. I run a copy and took the letter home for Mom and Masha to read, her friend that lives with her, with the 2 kids. I took it home. We tried to drink coffee sitting around the table, and we was all crying too much. There was not tears of sadness, they're tears of joy, the same as the ones was the people on the video last night. We're seeing it, guys. It's right there. What's going to happen to all the money Doge says? Great question. Great question. Jerry Wells, what's going to happen to all the money? Doge says. You know what, Jerry? I'm going to give you my personal opinion here. My personal opinion is not going to matter a rat's ass. It's not going to matter. We're going to see who's good and who's bad. Because look at all the Hat and Elon saved. Look at all they're continuing to save. We don't have a 3-letter organization anymore, starting with an R and ending with an S. We don't have that. So, Jerry, that's a good question. Where's it going to go? Are we going to get it? We're going to get a lot. Guys, it's only just begun as far as what we're going to get. I mean, in their wildest dreams, I heard the Hat say, in his wildest dreams, everything that they've recovered, the gold, the accounts that they closed down from, the elite, everything that they have taken, that they had stolen from us for years, we now have. When you say trillions, huh? They could right now, with everything they've got, what? What? What's the matter?
It's almost 9 o'clock Eastern time.
14. But anyway, they could take every person, and I'm talking babies and everything, and give us all probably $20 million. And it would not put a dent in the Doge money, the gold from the VAT, and everything else. I mean, it is unbelievable what they brought in. And here we sit here just waiting and praying with our XRP. And XRP's taking a little bit of a butt kicking right now, but don't give up on it. That's all I can say. I'm not telling you to run out and buy it. If I had some money, I would. But I'm not telling you to run out and buy it. The money we had to pay on my car the other day to get it fixed, if I had that, we're getting some more. But it's okay because we have enough that we're going to be good. Is it going to hit 1,000? Yeah. Is it going to hit 10,000? I believe so. And just think, when you pick it up, for even now, $1.50 last night. I didn't look today. Last night when I looked, it was $1.49. I wanted to cry, and then I thought, it's just a movie. Just a movie. Yep, we have treasures stored up in heaven. But the question is, Sandra, with everything the way it's going, are we going to heaven? And I don't mean that because we're bad, because I'm a firm believer that once this hits, we're going to have heaven on earth. Do we die? Or do we just stay here and be the heaven? Maybe we fade away into, I don't know. I'm not going to get into there. So Bruce did say that, he believes it's now. Bruce is pretty confident, and he says we should have to come back Tuesday night and do a celebration call. And I'm thinking, no, that's good. And I'm seriously thinking about going into Bruce in a big call. And if he's got an email in there that we can send him an email, and I'm sure he does, for him or Sue or Bob or whatever. And I'm seriously thinking about going in there and saying, Bruce, when's enough? When are you going to say enough's enough? We're going to do a celebration call. We don't need to buy Sue's. Sue's selling this program that you're going to have this amount of time to get in, this amount. Now they're saying when you go in a project, are they going to do this? What's your project? How much money do you think you need? And how much money do you think you need to get going? Set us up with a quantum account. Set them up with a bank account. You can only leave there. Last I heard, you can only leave there with up to $3,000. Someone said, well, will you take the whole $3,000 in a heartbeat? They're already getting ready to put military on the roofs of the places. They're going to meet you at your car. They're going to escort you in. It's going to be safe. They're going to escort you out. You're going to get in your car and you're going to be shaking like this. And you're going to get a hold of your steering wheel and you're going to be shaking like this. And then all of a sudden it's going to hit you and you're going to say, it's over. We did it. We have survived. Remember what I said. It only has to happen one time. And that's when it's going to happen. But the protection is going to be great. Could it be this? Could it be this week? Hey, everybody's Super Bowl. Why shouldn't we get 800 numbers and call in on Sunday? Why shouldn't they come out with some Doge money on Monday, Tuesday? Guys, and this is just me saying it. But here, if they really want to be serious to protect us, come out to give I'm telling you guys with the money they got, not just come out to give everyone. I'm talking 2 years old, 3-year-old, 1-year-old, newborns. Everybody gets so much. The only thing I hate about that, and I've seen it happen when it happened before. When we got the money before, I seen people, well, I'm not putting this in a special account for the kids. Why? It's theirs. Well, they can help pay our bills. Are you freaking kidding me? I think it should be that every child who gets it, there's going to be a check. And if you did not put this money, say they give you $50,000. Do you think, Sandra, do you think John, Bill, Pamela, Jeffrey, Janet, do you think if they give everybody just $50,000, people wouldn't be looking to see people going to the redemption centers? They just think, hey, they're just going to get their $50,000 taken care of good. But you got to make some kind of an adjustment so they're not looking. And I don't care. I'm not worried. I mean, I'm going to go. I might wear my flannel shirt. It's a birthday present for my son. I think it was a Christmas present to him for my sister. Hey, we're a family. We are family. We share. No, I did not hear that, but I do believe that, see, because what I'm saying here is Kevin is saying, did you hear Juan saying Super Bowl will be broadcast in every country on the earth for that reason? I believe some kind of disclosure will happen. And that's exactly, I'm telling you, you guys in the chat tonight are amazing because it's something I want to talk about. And then you bring it and lead me right into it with information. I believe that too. I do know if nothing's happened by halftime, I tell you how sad the Super Bowl is this year. And with this ugly bunny or whatever his name is, stupid bunny, dumb bunny, I don't know. With him performing, another channel, an off channel at halftime is hosting a concert with a lot better group. Now, I've seen Carrie Underwood come out and say, we would have done it for free. Her and Miranda Lambert, I think it was, said they would have done the Super Bowl for free. Oh, why wouldn't Carrie do it? I mean, let's face it. She makes more money than the football players in the football season. $1.8 million every Sunday night for 18 weeks. $1.2 million for every Sunday night that she sings. Now she has to work hard. Sometimes it takes her maybe 2.5 days to film all 18 of them because it's different teams. She has to do different things. She has to go in and change and, But remember what she did at the inauguration. Remember what this woman, this amazing woman, did at the inauguration. When they messed with her, just like they messed with all of us, they killed the music when she was going to sing God Bless America. And she didn't blink. She didn't waver. She didn't hesitate. She says to everybody, not just there. They had the military singers there. Not just there. She looked at everybody there. And she was talking to everybody around the world. Help me and sing with me. And it was the most beautiful rendition I've ever heard. So much so I stood right here in the middle of Ron's floor and sang with them. I even believe Ron sang some too. She had the world in the palm of her hand. And she's proud to be an American because she won't give up, she won't surrender, and she won't comply. And if you just live with that attitude that you're going to be happy. Someone asked me today, why are you always smiling? I said, don't you like it? Well, yeah. When I see you smile, it brightens my day. I said, now, it brightens your day, but how would you like it if you walked up to me and I was like this? You said something to me. I go, yep. And she goes, no, keep smiling. That's what you got to do, guys. Myrna, good to see you. That's okay. No, it's Super Bowl late, Myrna. You're Super Bowl late. Come on now, get your shit together. I like picking on Myrna, but I love her with every heartbeat of my heart, as I do everyone here. But Myrna, come to my birthday party. And Diane kept saying, we can't drink. And Myrna goes, huh? We can't drink. And Myrna goes, okay. Next thing you know, Diane was just handed money. Go get me a drink. I said, I thought you weren't drinking. Well, it's not for me. But then you looked over and here's Diane over there tipping them. We had a blast, didn't we, sweetie? We had a great time. But we're going to have parties like that. You know, I was telling these two kids that I told you, these new kids, Julia's nieces, nephews, and I was telling them, when you come probably for holidays, we're gonna rent a room because I mean, their family, our family, and everything. We're gonna have 40 people there. We can't do it in my nieces and nephews' garage. Well, Ron told me it's getting late, and I think he's getting hungry. So, actually, I think he's taking a nap right now. He had a hard day today. So I'm gonna look here real quick and see what Judy had to say. Oh, I did. Thank you. How are you doing? Marianne just wished me a happy birthday. She's on a cruise. She might be back. She missed both Bruce's, to think. Okie dokie. TNT Tony, February 6th, 2026. Notes from Ginger Doucette. Wells Fargo is expecting something to happen tonight or tomorrow morning. The rates are still blank. The old rates were showing on Wednesday when they went blank, and they are blank. Now people have been called into the bank and told the rates they will get for their currencies. The banks have been directed to stop telling us it is not going to happen and just say they don't know when it's going to happen. Tony expects it to happen after 9 p.m. tonight. It doesn't say if it's Eastern, Central, or Pacific, but he hopes to see it in the morning. They are right there now, sitting around waiting for ping that says we are there, presumably talking about bank staff. All countries are ready to go, and everyone is just waiting for the president, the hat, the greatest president of all time, to give the go. Tony says, wow, when Tony says that is, it could go tonight, guys, or tomorrow. Tony don't give compliments like that. Tony says we should see it on the weekend, if not tonight. $28.50 for dinar, $7.40 for dong. Venezuela does not show a rate, but Tony expects it to be the same as he previously said. It will be a lot of money. And what Tony previously said, it could hit $18. Happy days. Banks should be giving some people up to 40% of their money a year, depending on how much they leave in the bank. That was one of Tony's better ones.
The man stormed to his wife in the kitchen and announced, "From now on, you need to know that I am the man of this house.
Oh, I can't
and
rush.
My word is..."
I lost it. Bear with me. I'm trying to. Attention, is happening faster than expected. Qt, laxity, I don't know. 10 and megabulgula. Okay, I'm going to read it because I can't pronounce it. First word is CUETLACHTITLI. Second word is TENANAMIQUUINI, Lobel. Now, Ron sent me this from somebody. I'm going to have a talk with him. You can't give me words like that. Makes me look stupid. But anyway, advisor. Private channels are already reporting confirmations of multiple level 4B swaps. Military logistics teams are in full deployment mode, moving through Reno, Zurich, and key sovereign hubs has intensified since 3 UTC. USN is silently live. It's not publicly displayed, but it is reflected on the cross-border platforms used by institutional traders. This isn't speculation, it's alignment. RippleNet, Stellar Rails, and the quantum level interface are syncing in real time. QFS ping rates stable at 0.0004. That confirmation system's wide balance. Nothing is fluctuation anymore. No delays, no reversals. We've passed the test. That is, the exchange centers are in silent mode but active. The codes have been seeded. Those who have been prepared will know what to do. The rates are locked. The liquidity is positioned. Military grade protection remains in effect on all nodes. 24 to 48 hours remaining. Stay alert. Stay prepared. Your final instruction will be sent shortly. The financial reset is now unstoppable. Watch your inbox. That's it. Don't miss a single update. The green light has been given. Most will hear about this later. Some will see it first. I thought that was good. Then here's Bruce's big call, his reading, and I've already covered that. And guys, it's a little after 8. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Been a long day. I want to thank Ian and Bill and Sandra and Starfire and everyone that showed up. Pamela, Janet, everyone, Bill, Betty. And if I leave your name out, guys, I'm not doing it purposely. It's just that everyone here, there's 137 people here. And I want to thank you for coming tonight and being part of this. And guys, we might have a celebration call Sunday night. We don't know. If something happens and I get my number called in, I'm not under an NDA yet. I will come on and do a show. But it'll just be a celebration call. So I'm going to ask everybody to have a fruit pop with us. I might have 1 or 2 or 10 or, but just remember, we got to stay safe. We got to stay focused. Do not give in. Do not surrender. Do not comply. Right now I got a message and it says, Ralph, with the growing rates of the COVID, it is essential that you come in and get your free shot. If there was ever a time that some person wasted a breath, that was it. I didn't do it before. Why would I do it now? Keep your vibrations up. Keep praying. Keep. You want to have some fun, just start teasing your family. When they say something, say, what's going to happen? So with that, I'm going to say good night. God bless, and we love you all. We'll see you either Monday or hopefully before. Good night.